Now. Okay, week 3 of the symposium. We have Sali Bangura with Dugu, and I'm just gonna start it like I start every other one of these gigs. Sali, Dugu solves the blank problem faced by blank.
Dugu solves the stress problem by working parents.
Faced by working parents, okay. And the platform that we're building, or rather your deliverable, what is the Dugu deliverable?
Dugu delivers food through meal planning. We cook the food, we deliver it to our clients. We also do cleaning services, and we also do laundry services. And we coordinate all of these for our clients.
Okay, awesome. And your first 10 customers, who are they and where did you find them?
My first 10 customers are located in the Boston Metro West area, living around Natick, Medfield, and Wellesley, and Framingham. And I found them through word of mouth recommendations. Just started off with my own friend network, and they then started recommending me to their friends, and it just kind of grew that way.
Okay, awesome, as it should. All right, so now the topic that we kind of discussed was, how do you create this digital experience for what is, more of a non-digital deliverable in this sense. And just to make a quick distinction, Instagram is a fully digital experience. You go on there, you see photos, you interact with people on photos. So that's one type. And yours, it's kind of, we're trying to build a digital experience to enhance what's a more, non-digital experience out there.
Yes.
Lots of words have been thrown out to describe this type of thing. And what I want to hear a little bit from you is what's been the process of going from, delivering a non-digital deliverable to trying to create a digital experience that's going to help that. And you don't necessarily need to describe the digital experience that you're building right now. I'm more interested in the story of going from, that non-digital medium to a digital medium and some of the challenges that you've seen, as trying to create that experience. So if you just want to take it away, we'll go for 5-7 minutes, and then we'll do questions, and this will be great.
Yeah, sure. So we I just want to give a little bit of background about it. Just like we started out as being called Nanny a la carte, and the idea really was to really become this like one-stop shop for busy working parents. So we wanted to do cooking, cleaning, laundry, transportation, and emergency childcare for clients. But because it was just so hard to figure out the nanny piece of it, and then the transportation, just like there were so many different liabilities and risks associated with that, and also like it was going to be very expensive. So we took those out and just focused on the cooking, cleaning, and laundry. But I just started cooking out of my kitchen, out of my house. And, it's still very much like a direct service business, but I'm trying, like Roger said, I'm trying to turn it into like a digital thing where I want this to become more of a platform. And so we do the services ourselves, but in my quest to become a platform, I started partnering with other local service providers. So, for example, I have found other like cleaning companies and cleaners, independent cleaners, who are contractors for us. Some they they work with Dugu. I also have partnered with local restaurants because our menu is very international focused, and so I wanted to give my clients the opportunity to be able to have access to like more of a variety of food. And so I've partnered with one kitchen in particular called Renee's Kitchen in Natick. And it's just really like, basic American food, whatever you want to define it as. And so, she has anything from Mexican food to Italian food to, just like basically comfort foods that are made for families. And so I partnered with Renee's Kitchen. And so my clients get access to not only the meals that I cook, but they can also order food from Renee's Kitchen. And when they do that, I just pick it up at Renee's Kitchen. I deliver it along with whatever they order from me. In addition to that, because Renee's Kitchen is a very small local company and she doesn't do delivery and she wants nothing to do with Grubhub or any of those platforms, I do delivery for her. So it becomes like it's a win-win situation. And so I'm trying to learn as much as I can in this process so that I can really turn this business of Dugu into a real platform, because that is the goal, is to make things as easy as possible for our clients so that between working and running after your kids and dropping them off and picking them up, you can just tell us what you need and we take care of it. Because their parents, working parents don't really have that option right now. You still have to do a lot of the background work. You have to find the places where you want to order the food. I mean, there's too much out there. And then finding time to just sift through all of that noise. And like, this is based on the feedback that I received from the beginning, not only from my clients, but also like the market research that I did. There's just too much out there. And you know, and there's nobody really who does it for you. And so that's what Dugu is trying to become, the platform that does all of that for you. So right now, so we went from just doing, just texting to emailing to building a website. And I did that myself, just based on Squarespace, just a very simple website where people could just order food on a weekly basis. So like the menu would go up, I would email people, I would text people, I would call people, and they would just either order it through by email, online, or by text message. And in the quest to turn it into a platform, what I've been struggling with is finding something where people can just order by text. You know, because a lot of my clients, they're just so busy, like they don't even want to get online to order. That's like a nightmare for them. They want to just like be able to just like do it by, just on their text phone, on their phone by text. And I tried, there's Zingle. Zingle was like it's a great idea, but it just didn't fit my needs. I have also tried Pocket Suite, but Pocket Suite, you can't really order products. Pocket Suite was made for like, estheticians. I can never say this word, but like people who do like beauty, massage and personal fitness.
Estheticians.
Thank you. And so like you can't really order specific products, but like you can book things, but like you don't really book food, you know, you order food. And so in trying to really become a platform, like I've tested a few of those things out, and we just launched our new website on the Wix platform. And Raj has been helping out a lot with that. And through that, what we've done is I've created a funnel. So the minute you come on our website, there's a little bit of information about just like what would your village do for you. And Rogers created this this thing where people can check off the different things that we do, like meal planning, lunches for children, or cleaning, or laundry, or house cleaning, or things of that sort. And then you join our village. And so in collecting this information, not only are we getting people to become part of what Dugu is trying to accomplish, but we also want them to be able to find a time to talk with me, figure out what their needs are, and how we can help them out with that.
So in that sense, the mapping a digital experience onto what you were doing previously manually, which is a little different than somebody like having this brilliant idea for a platform, constructing that, and then onboarding and teaching people how to use it. This is more like, I guess, building a platform on top of what's already happening out there.
Yes.
And I guess, to sum up what you said, some of the challenges are, it's like, what products are out there that I can use to streamline what I'm currently doing?
Yes.
What value is there for me to build something new? Do I need to build something new? And I think that that's it's a slightly different way of doing this than somebody like, oh, I've got this brilliant idea. I'm sitting on my couch. I should build a social network that does this or that. You're kind of building something that's mapping onto an existing thing. And that's got a whole bunch of other struggles in itself. I think you kind of outlined those. It's tough to describe it.
I mean, like you and I have, like you were like, you've been helping us with our website, and like, remember how you had said that, like, you just wanted to really focus on a funnel, and I had to bring you back, like, Roger, we have had a platform, not a platform, we've had a website where people can order food on a regular basis. And like, as much as we want to become a platform, we have an existing service. And so we need to keep that in place, in addition to ultimately the platform and, the vision for the platform that we have, and that we're trying to figure out how best to make that happen. And so there's a lot of different issues associated with that, because, it's like, it's nice to have like new things and like things that make things easier for your clients, so that like they can go on about their busy lives, in their, daily juggle and hustle. But at the same time, we have to be able to, be grounded in terms of like, well, right now I have about 40 clients in my database that I provide services to, but not everybody orders every week. So of those 40, about 10 of them are ordering every week. Another 10 go or order every 2 weeks or so. And the other 20, maybe once a month, maybe once every other month. So it really differs. So it's hard to kind of like get a sense of, as how do we make it scale? Like, how do we, like, Roger calls it that, like, we have a lot of Band-Aids on right now. Like, we have, like, basically this business is like really duct tape, but how do we remove the duct tape and make everything fit and then be able to scale? And so it's been really hard figuring that out.
So where I want to just leave this off is this idea of trying to use all these digital tools to make what was manually easier, and now it's all been kind of slapped together. And it's working, but how do you get to the next kind of step of that? It's a really nice place to be, which again, and I want to keep hammering this distinction between somebody who's building something from scratch and like has the thing totally concepted and then kind of releases it versus what you've done, which is try to build something on top of an experience you were doing before. And now it's time to think about how do we streamline it. And that's, there's no solution to that right now. We're in the middle of working on it. But being in that place, and I think one of the big frustrations I'm getting from you is like, where do we go with this? And that's where I think so many entrepreneurs are in this stage now. And so exactly where you go with it, I don't know. We're not going to answer that right now. But why don't I'm really glad that that's where your experience came out of. It's just like, where do we go? How do we pare this down? How do we simplify so that we can think about scaling down the road rather than flip a switch? I'm going to have 1 million users. Okay. So we'll leave it there. I'm sure, you and I have been talking about this forever, so we know each other really well. I'm sure everybody else is like, what the heck's going on? So let's just see if Jim or Dan have any questions. I don't know. You guys have any questions? Jim, Dan.
Am I unmuted? Oh, good.
Jim, fire away.
So, hey, this is Jim Zamer. I'm a startup investor. I'm a multi-exit entrepreneur, and I have a real fancy for the early stage idea. And I make some investments and work with a lot of founders with great ideas, not necessarily the product or the business, whatever. But the goal would be to take an idea or a concept and then turn it into a market-ready company with traction and momentum. So just a little quick insert. My company's Quantum Venture Partners, and my fund is Gasoline Ventures. So it's a $5 million sort of a pre-seed technology fund, again, investing in ideas, which obviously enables opportunity. So a couple of quick questions for you, and it's Sally, is that right?
Yeah, Sally. Sally's fine.
Okay. So, okay, couple different things. One, I understand the initial concept where, I'm a busy parent myself, and I understand you prepare these fresh, delicious meals and deliver them right to my door. I also heard something about cleaning and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure, like, is it a multi-focused business, or are these sort of like ancillary things that sort of transcend, delivering fresh, delicious meals? Well, that's my first question. Number two, how does what you're doing, I guess, differentiate from, Freshly? Not so much Blue Apron and those guys, but like Freshly or The Good Kitchen or even Prepped, or even a company that I invested in a while ago, called a local company called The Foodery, where it's the same thing. Fresh, hot, delicious meals delivered to your door.
Yeah.
And so that's my second question. And sort of my third thing is just sort of an observation. But it sounds to me like you've already got a little bit of momentum. You've got, I think you mentioned 20 customers or 10 or something. So I assume that there's revenue right now. And then what are you doing to try to, sort of go from those 10 or 20 or whatever it is to like, times 10 and to really, create a wider, broader path to additional customers?
Yeah.
So with that, I'll listen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably not going to remember all 4 questions. So if I do forget to answer one of them, just shoot it again. The first one is, in terms of like, what are we? We are definitely a multi-service provider. We do cooking, we do cleaning, we do laundry. And what makes me different? I love the Foodery. I am obsessed with the Foodery, and I like one of my goal is to be able to partner with the Foodery. I'm going to explain a little bit about that. But what differentiates is that we do all of these different things in one place. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to order those different things, like all of those things, but it means that there is one place for busy working parents. Again, I'm not going after everybody. I'm specifically going after busy working parents who commute to work and don't have the time to, and have young children, you know, between the of a specific age, to get all of these different things in one place. So that's what makes me different. And in terms of I do exactly what the Foodery does. I cook I plan the menu, I cook the food, I deliver it to your home, or I deliver it to you at work. So there's no difference there. The only difference is that my food is specifically international. So my goal for 2019 is to get about 20 different cooks from 20 different countries, so that you would find food from I'm originally from West Africa. I'm from Mali. So I cook food from Mali, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Burkina Faso. I have a cook from Nigeria. I have a cook from Kenya. I have a cook from Uganda. I have a cook from Libya. I have a cook from Lebanon. You know, so a lot of these different, I have a cook from, my main cook is actually from Thailand, and I have cooks from India as well. So, you know, whereas the Foodery, you have, you know, you might not find all these different variety in the Foodery. I mean, their food is absolutely delicious and they have variety as well. But my food is specifically ethnic, because you can't really, from my experience, you can't really find that, especially in the Metro West area. I also have a cook from Brazil, of course, because there's a large Brazilian population in this area. The third question was about, what was the third question?
Well, you have a customer base. I think you had mentioned 10 or 20 or something like that. So that tells me that there's revenue. Where is that now? And then how do you get how do you multiply that? How do you go to, 10x that right now? And what are you doing to create a broader path to more and additional customers?
Yep. So so the way that I find my customers was, as I mentioned at the beginning, was word of mouth. And so I am really planning to continue on that path, because I think that is the best way to be, to get customers is word of mouth recommendation. And because I'm hyper local, which, basically means that I am staying within, I live in Natick, that's where we're based out of. And so I'm staying within the surrounding areas of Natick. And the way that I'm planning to grow is really focusing on, like low-hanging fruit. So one example is that my husband is a resident at UMass Medical School. And because of his schedule and the schedule of all the people that he works with, I was able to find a foot in the door, not only because of his presence, but, just because they don't have time. So I've been able to identify that group of people. I have about 10 customers from UMass. They're my best customers. And I have been cultivating relationships on how to grow that network. So recently, the UMass surgery department catered a breakfast, had an event that I catered for. And so they want more opportunities like that. And so all these residents and all these different medical students who come to the events that I follow up with them. So that's one avenue that I'm planning to go forward with and grow my customer base. And also here in Natick, staying local, being very active in the community, all the preschools in Natick, all the daycares in Natick, I'm in those places, the schools, the school events, all the karate places, basically all the places that I know that busy parents go to, I'm there. My flyer's there. A lot of these people know me, and then tapping into the network of these people. So using social media that way, we've been testing out. We've been doing some A/B testing to just get a sense of finding out. So being more active on both Instagram and Facebook, finding out who our current clients are. Having those people like our pages, and then having them recommended to, for example, the parent groups in Natick and in the surrounding towns. I'm a part of all these different Facebook groups, and a lot of my customers have come from that, based on recommendations, because a lot of these groups are closed groups. So somebody would ask, like a mom would ask, does anybody know anybody who can do house cleaning or cooking or laundry for example? And somebody recommends my service. And so I've really stayed local. And my challenge is how when I outgrow that, I haven't outgrown that yet. I'm currently exploring that avenue. But when I do outgrow that, what what the next plan is, I have no idea. You know, because and I'm not shy to say that when I don't know something, I don't know it. You know, and that's what got me to where I am today. Because just being very upfront with myself about things that I know and things that I don't know. So that's my goal for now, is to focus on like being local, staying local. Just being facing to face with going to these places, physically being there. And for example, for Renee's Kitchen, my partner kitchen, we're going to do the next week, 1 week of free delivery. And I can't tell you how much excitement there is. I mean, she just sent out her newsletter about that to her thousands of customers, and my phone has been ringing nonstop. And so my goal is to go to each of, every delivery that we do, get to know the customers, just spend a couple of minutes introducing myself and tell them, by the way, we do delivery for Renee. I know you're set with food, but we also do cleaning. We also do laundry services if you're interested. And here are a couple of our flyers. Can you please pass them out within your community or within your network? And so that approach has worked for me. And I think that for this year, it will continue to work. But beyond that, I have no idea. And I am hopefully going to figure it out within this village that we have going on here on Trello.
Yeah.
So I forgot what the full question was. I told you I will forget it.
Thank you. No, that was great. Thank you.
Yeah.
We hit everything. Dan, how about you?
It's very interesting service. And it's a much needed service. Did you just you were talking about the text messaging and you haven't found anything that works? Have you decided to do it in-house, or are you still looking for texting service that is already out there instead of reinventing the wheel that would do what you want to do?
Yeah, I am an anti-reinventing the wheel person. I don't believe in that. I think that's absolute a waste of time. Haven't found something yet. There is a service that I use myself. I forget what Verb Energy. They make a bar that they make like a caffeine bar, and they're based out of Lexington, Massachusetts. These people have developed their own service, text message service in-house. It is absolutely amazing. They're so responsive. You can order by text message. You can pay by text message. You can do everything by text. And I asked them, I said, it's like, you guys, this is amazing. What, can you share what you did? Say, oh, we developed it in-house. And I said, well, I'm a small local company myself. I'm an entrepreneur. I would love to use it. If you're interested in, if you want to explore that avenue, and I'll pay for it. And their answer was that they haven't thought about that yet, that they're going to look into that. And you can bet, Daniel, that I'm going to be cultivating that relationship. I order their stuff, and every week I send them a text. Hey, it's Sally. How you doing? I haven't forgotten about you. So that's something that I enjoy doing and I'm good at. And I don't know where that's going to lead, but I'm going to continue to cultivate that relationship. And when they're ready to share what they've built, because they've built something incredible, I don't think that they understand exactly, maybe they don't understand that they can actually make money off of this, but they can, because there's nothing like that exists yet. So I'm going to continue to cultivate that relationship. Mm-hmm. So see where it leads. Yeah, but I'm not building anything in-house. It
doesn't make sense to reinvent the wheel. I don't like that either. I have an IT background, and I have a master's in information technology, but I wouldn't believe reinventing the wheel unless it's really necessary, because it takes too much time and everything else. And if there's something already out there, why not use it?
Yeah, absolutely. And also Pocket Suite was another one that I used. So I got in touch with them. See, my phone's ringing. It's probably somebody for delivery. Sorry. Pocket Suite was another one. And I contacted them. They're actually working on this specific problem because they have had estheticians, thank you, Roger, who sell products, for example. And, they want to make it accessible to their clients. And so, because they only built it for that specific purpose, was to book appointments, they're developing something in-house. And so as soon as that becomes available, I'm going to be one of the first people to know about it, because we've been emailing back and forth all last week and the past 2 weeks trying to figure out exactly what it is that I need and how they can help me. So I haven't heard back from them because, the holidays and all that, but I'm sure I'll hear back from them in the next week or so and figure out, hopefully they have it done. But there's a solution out there. It's just a matter of finding it. So
Awesome. All right, so I think I'm going to cut it there. We'll put any other questions onto the Trello board. What I'm loving about how this was going is just how nitty gritty the conversation was, rather than a kind of here's an advertisement for my thing. Like I think I learned a ton about just a lot of stuff about your business that I didn't know yet, and I've already been working with you for a couple of weeks. But just the nitty gritty details that I think all entrepreneurs get after and are dealing with on a daily basis. And some of your solutions to just be nice and kind and talk to people is sometimes really all it takes. So I can't wait to see how this all shapes up. All right, so I'm going to put the video up on the Trello board. Found something. Throw any more questions up there, engage, keep conversations going, and this will be awesome. And I will talk to everybody later. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Nice to meet you all.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.